There's a good thumbnail. All right, sweet.
That's a good thumbnail.
Well, I thought maybe you can take that picture and maybe throw some graphics over it or something.
I can.
Like, put any of this in this fucking video.
I'm not.
I lied.
Hey, just listen. Not a beer at all. It's fucking.
No, I was about to say. I knew that.
Sparkling
They might
water.
Ooh.
You boys had a hard day. He needs a good drink.
Look at the sparkling water.
Oh, it's strawberry.
What made you go to sparkling water?
Because LaCroix is terrible.
LaCroix is terrible.
Yes. That was a no for me. Big no.
I've always
Tastes
called
like
it LaCroix.
It tastes like salt. It's terrible.
It's gross.
I
I've tried a
can't
bunch
do
of
it.
flavors and they're all bad.
Oh, it's been a minute, man. It's been a minute.
Hell yeah.
I'm to bring everybody up to speed. It's still pandemic shit. Still going on. So we both work in jobs where it's been pretty affected by it, and so it's kind of hard to make and find time to do this sometimes.
Yeah.
But we're not going to bellyache about that. We're here to have a good time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start off with band of the day. Can I take it this time? Is that cool? Oh, because it's stuck in my head. It's stuck in my head. I want to see if you can guess it.
Megadeth.
Yes.
Symphony of
Oh,
Destruction.
it's been in my head all day, dude. Just that boom, 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 all day, just stuck.
So Megadeth is the band of the day.
Yes, man. And,
What particular album?
Oh, that is actually the question I was going to ask you. I was going to say, like, what's your go-to Megadeth? Like, what is the one that no matter what, like, if like you're just in the Megadeth mood, you're on autopilot, what's it going to go to?
Typically, Rust in Peace, or I've said this before. I don't know if I've said it on the pod or not. But I'm really a huge fan of The System Has Failed, which was
I don't know if you said that on the pod.
If I haven't, then this is me saying it on the pod. The System Has Failed came out in like 03, 04. And the only Megadeth member that was on it was Dave, and the rest of it was studio musicians. And that record is a banger, like from start to finish. That's a great record.
I agree.
So I highly recommend it.
I'm not a hater of the Dave. I love him.
Oh no.
I still think. With that being said, though, my go-to is not the one that you're referring to, where it's basically just all Dave. That's 2008, wasn't it?
What?
The System Has Failed Us.
No, it was 03, 04.
03?
It was one of the two. I want to say it was 03, and Kick the Chair was 04. Because I remember it was on a compilation CD I had as a kid, Headbangers Ball Volume 2.
Compilation CDs. I remember getting a bunch of those. I always got the Warped Tour ones.
Yeah,
Like,
those were usually
bangers.
pretty good.
I think my go-to Megadeth album, though, is Peace Sells But Who's Buying. That's
Great record.
That's the one that just that opening Good Morning Black Friday.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Wake Up Dead.
Yes. Wake Up Dead.
Yeah, Wake Up Dead's a banger. Obviously, everybody knows Peace Sells is a banger, but
Oh yeah. Peace
I don't
Sells
know. Also liked. It was on Peace Sells. I'm drawing a complete blank on the name of it, though.
Use the powers of the internet,
I'm using the powers of my Spotify.
and also use the powers of Jump Cut.
My Last Words. That was it. My Last Words.
There you go.
I
Nice.
love that riff, man. That's such a nasty riff.
I'm trying to sweet jump cut for me now. I'm trying to think of the fucking guitar player from the Peace Sells Who's Buying. It's like, why do you keep thinking
Chris
that?
Poland?
Yes.
Is it Chris Poland?
Yes, I almost guarantee that's who it is.
Because Gar Samuelson was the drummer on Peace Sells.
Peace Sells, but who's buying?
You know what? I actually don't remember if it's Chris Poland or not. I know him and Dave obviously had their falling out with pawning equipment for drugs. And Gar did the same thing. That's why Gar wasn't in the band. But thank God that happened, though, because look what we got out of losing Gar Samuelson. You picked up Nick Menza.
Yeah.
Which, some of my favorite all-time Megadeth drum parts are all Nick Menza's.
Yeah, it's Chris Poland. You're right. Like that had the Conjuring. That was the one that really stood out for me.
The Conjuring.
Yeah. So like in '86, wasn't that like around the same time as like Master of Puppets too?
85, I thought was Master. So yeah,
Okay.
pretty much about the same time.
Yeah. So I kind of felt like this was always like that kind of competition album, I guess you could say with that. But like I just love this thing as a banger, even though Poland was a dick. I think he was a great guitar player, and it fit really well with that album. Like.
Well, I don't know, man. The debate where I know a lot of people, and I agree with them to say that Metallica or Megadeth, why can't you just be a fan of both? You can.
Oh, yeah.
But
easy.
in my case, I don't like Metallica anyways, and I loved Megadeth. So for me, it was an easy decision. But I listen to some of those records that came out like the same time for each band, and I look at like, well, like, for example, Peace Sells and Master of Puppets. Master of Puppets had some bangers on it. Battery was great. Master was great. Can't think of another good one that I liked off of Master of Puppets. But
oh, man, it had some great ones. I can't, it's on the tip of my tongue. I play it all the time. It's like... Back to the front. You will do... Disposable Heroes, I think that's what it's called.
Or maybe
I always thought that was a badass song that didn't get the love as much love as the other tracks, but I love that one.
But I got those two for Master. Like I immediately go those two. Those are bangers. I'll always give them credit for. But then I look at Peace Sells and I'm like, Peace Sells is great. Conjuring was great. My Last Word was great. I mean the whole Wake Up Dead was great. The whole dude. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Good Morning Black Friday, Bad Omen. Mm-hmm. I mean, just dude, they were all just bangers, man. Even like the Ain't Superstitious like little thing was pretty cool, you know, for what it was.
Dave
it was cool.
Great, and still writes great riffs. That's what's to me is what makes Megadeth always better than Metallica. Because with the exception of Risk, which is a turd. And so is Cryptic Writings. That was a turd too. Yeah. But those came out about the same time as like the Black Album. So you saw what they were competing with.
Yeah, I kind of fall off of Metallica around the Black Album. And
so that's where your cutoff is?
Yeah, like, well, no, like, I don't like the entire Black Album. It has bangers. But, like, the whole thing just doesn't do it for me. There's a handful of songs off of it. I can't even really think of them because I don't really listen to them that much. It's just that album just... And it's not that it's a bad album, so just spare me the Metallica, you know, grief or whatever. Like, it's just... It was such a sharp turn that I just didn't like it, man. Like, I like the edgy thrash kind of stuff, you know? It's just... That's... Yep. Ooh, good. It's kicked my camera.
Well, and what's funny is... Dags is suffering from an earthquake at the moment. What's so funny about, like, you look at the Black Album, that was 91. What else came out in 91? Rust in Peace. And are we even going to have a conversation on who had the better record? I mean,
you're right, man. I mean,
dude, Rust in Peace was a fucking banger. You had Marty Friedman and Nick Menza.
It was so good.
Still, both Daves were on it. That was like the best lineup ever for Megadeth to me.
Even though Peace Sells was probably my favorite Megadeth album, like, once you get that locked in there, that's just magic, man. Like, those albums are just untouchable. Just completely untouchable.
Yeah, dude. Everything was great on it. Even the ones that you play a billion times and you've heard, like, too much. Like Hangar 18. I listened to that the other day, and I was like...
Just can't bring yourself to skip it. You're like, oh, that's good.
Dude, I can't. It's so good because you get to that riff that's like towards the end where it speeds up and it's got Dave and Marty going back on dueling solos of God, such a good riff. Juice,
like, even just mouthing it out, I got it.
Yeah, put that in here in the edit for a second. But God, what a good riff. Obviously, Holy Wars, that's a great riff.
Holy Wars!
Dude, I really liked Rust in Peace Polaris. like the last song on the record, dude, that's a riff, man.
Yeah, didn't you post like a little guitar cover of that?
Did
Like
I do Polaris?
I think you did like
did.
the riff to it, like one of the riffs to it. Like maybe not the whole song, but
I did Holy Wars for sure. I've done Kick the Chair, and I've done Tornado of Souls, also Rust in Peace.
Tornado of Souls is what I'm thinking of.
Take No Prisoners, that was Rust in Peace. Dude, that was...
Take No Prisoners.
Take no shit. Dude, what a record, dude.
I know, man. Like, Megadeth's just
badass. That is always going to be my favorite. Kick the Chair, or The System Has Failed, rather, I feel like is going to be second to Rust in Peace, always.
Rust is next to Peace Sales for me. Like, Peace Sales is just the one that just... Honestly, it's Good Morning Black Friday. That's the one that just, like, that's my go-to favorite Megadeth song. I associate it with that album. Typically, when I listen to that record, I just put the whole thing on. I don't skip anything.
I'm with you.
Let it play through. But I do the same thing with Rust in Peace, though.
Rust in Peace, I think probably for the same reason that Peace Sells is yours. Rust in Peace was what made me fall in love with Megadeth. Like, that's what introduced me to him.
100%.
So yeah, it was definitely... Once again, dude, I'm telling you, my dad, for those watching, my dad, I grew up with him as a preacher my entire life. But the funniest thing about my dad is he used to come to all of my band's shows, mostly in part because I was too young to be in the places in the first place. But secondly, he loves so much random stuff that you wouldn't think he loves. Like, for a preacher, a dude who really liked Dimmu Borgir.
He's got great taste in music.
Dude,
like your dad really does.
He has 2 Dimmu shirts. Granted, it was because I bought them for him. But he loves that symphonic sound. Now, he doesn't like the lyrics, obviously, but...
Yeah, but your dad's also the kind of guy that can, like, separate, like...
He can.
Art from reality. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, he doesn't... I don't think your dad seriously sits down and goes, that guy really worships the devil. Like, you know, like, I think it's just like, he gets it's a show. You know, maybe he actually is a Satanist, but what's it matter? It's just music.
Yeah, Dad likes it for the music, and Dad loves Pantera. Dad loves...
he amazes me.
Dad loves Megadeth. Dad is, like I said, Holy Wars. I remember he had a...
There's only one thing your dad loves that I just can't stand.
What?
Eagles.
Oh, the Eagles.
Sorry, Ray.
And you will notice that with all of Dad's bands that he really, really likes. The one common denominator in bands that he really likes is harmony. So,
Makes
like,
sense.
he loves the Eagles. He really loves bluegrass because of the harmonies and stuff. Dad really picks out harmony, whereas my mom, polar opposite. It's all about groove. If that thing has a groove to it, which is probably where I get it from, if it's got a groove, son, she's in. She doesn't care what. Yeah. She doesn't care about the vocals. She doesn't care about the nothing. As long as the bass and the drums are locked in and it's got a riff, dude, my mom's sold.
That's awesome.
Dude, she cracks me up.
She's pretty cool.
But she's a bass player, too, so that makes sense as to why she likes the bass riffs. And the Getty.
So to circle back from Megadeth, dude. What spawned that was I've been watching some re-episodes, specifically the music videos from Beavis and Butthead episodes. Do you remember those? I know you remember Beavis and Butthead, but do you remember when they watched the music videos?
Yeah, when they sat on the couch.
Yes. Okay, so we were watching, me and my beautiful wife, we was watching some Beavis and Butthead in the most romantic of evenings. And so, like, we're just sitting there watching it. Megadeth comes on, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what spawned it stuck in my head for the last day.
Of course.
And then after that, there was a band that came on called Jackal. You need to look this up. So
I did. While
editing juice, go ahead and cue that now.
Okay.
Chainsaws are cool.
Yeah. I like when they saw stuff.
As you saw, he's playing the lead chainsaw.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so so he's just like it's like this like bluesy song, like this easy bam 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 kind of groove, you know, just like this just easy 4/4 rock and roll, just southern rockabilly kind of thing. And he's playing this chainsaw and he's just revving it, and they're playing in the key of its rev, and it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It's entertaining though. It's entertaining as hell. And I like the way you're thinking today, baby. I love
it. Man, I'm telling you, they come at me and I'm snapping.
He's like, they don't always do, but when they do,
I'm
like a bear in the fucking stream catching salmons.
When they do, son, they're there.
I used to jump on a bear, and I'm just like,
ow, that was my hand.
All right.
Yeah, that's where this is going to go.
Exactly. That's why I'm not going to try to say stuff. So when we have to look for stuff, we'll just say like dead air nonsense stuff in between that you can skip. So that way it can help your edits. So Juice that's editing, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Because at one point through this, you're going to say, "Man, I'm glad we did this." You're welcome.
Juice watching this later, you're welcome.
Talk to yourself. This is going to be funny. So entertain me.
Juice, I'm telling you, you're just one handsome fella.
I don't know how you put up with me, buddy. I really don't.
It was.
I appreciate it.